Hudson decided to make his arrival about 9.5 weeks early. I went for a routine prenatal visit and found out that I was in a serious state of preeclampsia and that eventually ventured into the HELP syndrome. So about 12 hours after being admitted to the hospital, Hudson was born. He weighed 2 pounds, 8 ounces and did fairly well for the first few days. And second week of life, he came down with a very serious infection in which the doctors pretty much told us that really as young as he was and his weight and the fact that he was born prematurely with no steroids or anything like that, that there was not a good chance that he would make it through the infection. So in hopes of being able to be close to our son and being able to go check on him whenever we wanted to throughout the night, we stayed at Ronald McDonald House here in Louisville for about 4 or 5 days. And then about 2 weeks later, Hudson was actually transferred to Cincinnati Children's Hospital where he received his tracheostomy. And at that point, we ended up staying at the Ronald McDonald House in Cincinnati for 5 weeks. That was my second home, our second home, so that we could be really close to Hudson. If we didn't have that option, I honestly don't know where we would have stayed. When we first arrived at the Ronald McDonald House, I was a little bit apprehensive. I didn't know what the environment would be like, if it would be a comfortable place for us to be. And from the second that we walked into the doors at Ronald McDonald, we were treated with open arms. The staff there were very loving, giving of their time. They were willing to help us in any way possible. I had a couple breakdowns throughout the time that we were there. My husband actually had to return back to work, so I was left there on my own to worry about my child, care for my child, and at the same time, I was a new mom who had gone through surgery myself, and the staff director at the Ronald McDonald House actually spent about an hour and a half with me in the living room, just kind of hanging out. We were talking about what was going on, and she actually suggested that I actually come back home, spend a couple days, and she even offered to go over and check on Hudson throughout the day so that I could go home and feel at peace, and she would provide reports back to me. So that really meant a lot to me because I was thoroughly exhausted, but at the same time I felt so compelled to be there for my child. But knowing that the staff was really willing to step up and personally go over and check on my child for me when there were 50 other families there that needed their attention as well, really meant a lot to me. I think it's very important for people that are out in the public to realize that this organization is so giving of their time and their money and their resources to people like us who really had no idea that this was going to happen. And this organization is so important because they give people the ability to be with their children as they're going through such a tumultuous and challenging time in their life. Ronald McDonald House has a lot of different ways that you can contribute. You can go and spend time there and cook. You can donate items or you can donate money so that they can continue to improve their facilities and continue to improve the activities and contributions that they can make to families that have to stay there. To those that have given, thank you so very much. It sincerely means a lot to us. We will forever remember this time in our life and remember how important Ronald McDonald House was to us. From the bottom of our hearts, we would really like to say thank you to the Ronald McDonald House. It was so comforting to know that there was a place that we could rest throughout the time that our son was in the hospital. And we really want to encourage everyone to give as much as you can to the organization. But again, thank you so very much.